Okay, so Anonymous. Are they a group of homeland vigilantes, paranoid lunatics, or just plain old terrorists? For many years, people have known who Anonymous was, or is. They are a group that have band together to try and strike fear into the hearts of millions, whether it's about the government or just going ahead and releasing attacks on companies such as Xbox. Yet, Anonymous has been watching the government carefully to monitor what they believe is the start of a genocide. Imagine working with a group of 10 or more people, not knowing who they are, but all sharing a common goal: stopping the government from unleashing a genocide on the U.S. people. Coming to the cybersecurity field has been interesting, but trying to wonder if I would actually stop these people has been a little hard. In the coming years, as the truth of the government is released, it's important to make a choice on whether you're what Anonymous calls sheep, or if you're a free thinker and can open your eyes to see what's really going on. When the government uses a big scene to draw our attention away from Congress, such as when gay marriage was finally legalized, it's hard to see what they're really cooking up. Anonymous released a few of the laws that were passed in 2011 during, I believe, one of the biggest parts of our war. And it changed the game altogether. Now in 2015, there was some more proof of what the government is up to, once again released by Anonymous. Could this be proof of a genocide getting ready to start in America? In 2011, the government passed a bill, which you can look up on congress.gov, that pretty much made the National Defense Authorization Act almost null and void. The same with our Bill of Rights. According to this bill that is on congress.gov, it was allowed to spend unlimited money to fund our military. Obviously, this is not needed since we're not in a major war, and since our military funding is already 6 times the amount of what other countries get. Deep in the bill, which I really had to dig to find, is a law that was passed saying the military can start operating with impunity. They can override laws, lawmakers, they can arrest citizens as they please. They even have the authorization to kill, slaughter, whatever word you want to use, men and women on the streets, as well as children. Gives them all immunity to whatever laws that we have in place. Now, I will say this, I am in no way against our military men and women. But what I think is happening in this law is they're using our men and women as a scapegoat. In other words, oh, it's not the government doing it, it's our military doing it. That way, they can go in, do what they need to, and keep on going without having to worry about anything. And they have a million people that they can push the blame back on. As if that wasn't bad enough, there's more. Anonymous hacked into the Department of Defense and was monitoring many transactions that were going on in January of 2015. Massive weapons shipments were sent to different areas in the U.S. that obviously didn't need any weapons, such as the Midwest. In Anonymous's video, they released their findings showing that there are multiple shipments being sent out all over the Midwest to areas that had no logical reason to need weapons. And as they did more investigating, they noticed that FEMA camps, at least 150 of them, were set up in these Midwest areas. These areas, of course, were in no need of disaster relief at the time. There was no major earthquakes or disasters like that. And there was no certified FEMA workers anywhere around these camps. And if you're not sure what FEMA is our emergency relief agency. I don't know the acronym for it. but they're there when there's really bad hurricanes and things like that that completely destroy cities. The last message is what got me to start wondering if they were just pulling straws at this point, which makes me wonder, are they really just a crazy organization of people? They released a video called Red Code in June 2015. That was just this month past. Announcing to U.S. citizens we need to start watching out because people were starting to disappear, starting with prostitutes and homeless people. According to Anonymous, Obama has started to open these camps under military power to start wiping out Americans who are defiant. In other words, people who are not sheep. There are three groups, according to Anonymous: the Dead Group, the Re-Education Group, and the Compliance Group. In July, this is supposed to go into full effect. I have not seen it. I don't think anybody else has. But each group will be rounded up and split off into their designated areas. If you're part of the Dead Group, you go to one of the 150 FEMA camps, and you are then extinguished, in a way to say. If you're a re-education group, you are to go to another FEMA camp and you are to be brainwashed and then recirculate it into the population once they feel you are re-educated enough. And then the compliance group, they're kept in population because they're considered the group who already know, yes, the government's right, yes, they do this, yes, they protect us. They just go along with it. Now, is this a crazy organization, or are they really telling the truth here? To sum it up, laws are getting passed without our knowledge. We all know that one. Our military is gaining more control over America. I don't think our military is, I think our government